I don't know if you saw the story about the party bus on Saturday that pulled up to a bar on Granville Street, and dozens of people piled out trying to get into a bar. The bar said no. The bar wouldn't let them in. But do you have concerns that these party buses are still running, that this type of activity is still happening, and that I spoke to an industry rep who said they're still having issues with people following the rules at bars and nightclubs?
I know, and I've heard from that from restaurants that I go to, and you know what we reiterate is the importance. These are measures that are in there to protect all of us, and we should not be putting staff and people who work in those settings at risk, which is what we do. And we have modified the orders to make sure that we can support those venues in standing up when people are asking them to break those rules, because we will cause the business to be shut down. The businesses can be fined. So we need to all understand that these rules are in place for a reason, and we do have orders that apply to restaurants and pubs and nightclubs, and you know, party buses. If they're all people that are part of your social bubble, then and they're smaller than 50, maybe it works. But I still have concerns about that, and I know both WorkSafe and our bylaw officers and our public health inspectors are working together to support businesses in being able to make sure that they are effectively able to deal with this. But we all have a responsibility to not try and put people in those impossible and dangerous situations. And that's where we need to collectively talk to our friends about what is appropriate behavior or not. And I mentioned it again today, asking restaurant owners or pub owners or nightclub owners to break the rules is just not appropriate.
Just in keeping with what happened in recent weeks with large parties, now that 3 Vancouver police officers have tested positive for the virus after breaking up a large house party downtown, and it's obvious that these gatherings are still happening, do you believe enough is being done to stop them? And what more can be done to ensure your public safety orders are actually being enforced?
Yeah, I know it's very challenging, and as you know, we always start with the carrot versus the stick. And I continue to believe that if we tell people why it is so important, and we put in the parameters where we know things are going wrong, and we've seen that we've had more enforcement in those settings that we have control over, and we do know that law enforcement and bylaw officers, the order around 50. Is something that can lead to fines, and in addition to nuisance behavior and noise complaints and other behaviors. So I know my colleagues in public health are working with their municipal and public safety communities to put together approaches that help support us stopping these types of gatherings that put our whole communities at risk.